Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. What is up? Okay, so today we're gonna do my favorite like art supplies and like the type of art supplies that I use to make my paintings. Someone mentioned this and I thought it was like actually a really good idea. So someone had an idea of me to like share like my favorite art supplies and just like what I use to create my art. They also said to do like one where I talk about like my favorite like fabrics and stuff, which I'm gonna do that. I just can't do that here because that's at my parents' house. So I'll do that one day. It's also like super unorganized and yeah, I gotta like figure that out. But let's start with the art. So I'm in like the corner of my living room, which is like mainly where I paint like bigger paintings when I use like acrylic paint and whatnot. So I have my little art tray here. Let's just roll this bad boy over. So I keep all my paint on this little tray situation. And then I have like a little bin of where I keep my like good paints. So on like this tray, I pretty much just keep like I guess you would call these like pour paints, just like the ones that are in a little bottle. And these are just random. Like those are just like random things I got at Michael's and like Blick. A lot of these were just like given to me. So obviously I just use them to like use them up, but I probably won't rebuy them once they run out. Cause my favorite type of paints are these guys. Like right now I have them in my travel case because I took them to the beach. But I love like golden acrylic paints. These are probably like my favorite paints to work with. They just like last a really long time and they're like the right thickness and have like really good opacity. So that's what I like to use. I also have some like Utrecht ones and these are all right. I just needed these for when I went to college for a little bit and they're fine. They're a little thinner than the golden one, I think. And then I have some Liquitex, which I kind of like don't really like at all. They're like super thick and they're more oily in a way, if that even makes sense. But sometimes they have colors that I want, so like I have to get it. Because golden doesn't have like every single color that I like need, you know what I mean? Like, where's this green? Like this green, I fucking love this green. But it's just the way this paint is made. I don't know. I just like do not fuck with it at all. It's just like greasy and even when it's brand new, it's just like, I don't know. It just has like more liquid in it, but like also thick at the same time. And then like it's not as opaque. Like this will be like sheer as fuck sometimes when I put it on the canvas. I don't know. I'm a golden girl. I love golden paint. That is my brand. So that's as far as acrylic paints. I love golden. Yes, absolutely. And if I do need like a liquid type of paint just for like thinner things, I do like is it this Craft Smart brand that I like? I don't know. It's like that one that you get at Michael's that's just like very popular. I'm pretty sure it is this Craft Smart. It's just like cheap paint that's just does the job. Okay, so I also like golden for their neons. I love these big tubs. I've had these forever. They literally last like a lifetime. Some parts of them do dry out though, but if you just like take it with like a little like spatula type of thing and put it on a palette and just add a bunch of water, then it kind of just comes back to life somehow. And then I do also have like these really cool like neon pigments. They're just like powder pigments, and then it comes with a medium that you mix it with. So you see it's just like a little powder, and then it came with this thing to turn it into a paint. So now you can use these as watercolors with just the powder and adding water, or you can turn them into acrylic paint with the medium, which is super cool. So when I got this from a brand online in London, I think it is from, who is this guy? What does it say? It says Stuart Supple. No, Culture Hustle, that's where it's from, Culture Hustle. Yeah, those are really nice, and I like how they have like a more pastel neon type of glow to them rather than like the golden ones are like super super neon in your face. So yeah, they're really nice. I'm trying to like figure out where I used them. I think I used them in my cacao tree painting recently, so I'll put a photo here so you can see like the difference of like how the glow is with like the Culture Hustle ones and then the golden ones, because the golden ones are in like most of my paintings just because they're easier to just like whip out and paint already. Like I don't have to make it, but sometimes I like to use the other one just because it's like a different look. And then also from there, I have this diamond dust, which I'm literally obsessed with. So this is like the crystal chunky glitter that you'll see on a lot of my paintings that I use. It's literally just like cut up glass. And it's just this beautiful, like sparkly, literally like diamond dust is what it's called. And that's like legit what it like looks like. Yeah, this is beautiful, and there's so much in here. It lasts, again, like so long, and I literally just like glue it on, and it's so pretty. Like I have it on my Costa Rica painting right now, which I keep looking at, and it's like in the water where it's holding the girl up, and it just looks insane. I'll show you because you probably have no idea what I'm talking about. But yeah, so that is the paints. And then I've also found these guys in the clearance section at Blick one day. And these are like one of my favorite things now. Like when I run out of these, I actually want to rebuy them because they're so freaking cool. They're just like neon fluorescent, like puffy paint. And I like giving these to add like some little details. Okay, I don't know where I left off because my mom called me, but yeah, I think I was talking about these guys. I definitely want to rebuy these once they disappear, but I had them for a while and I use them a lot, and I feel like they're pretty long lasting. But they are from Sennelier. I don't really know how to say that, but I'm pretty sure I have their pens. No, I don't have their pens. I have Stadiator pens. All these weird S words. But yeah, so that's as far as paints that I love to use, acrylic wise. And then a lot of the times I do just use like pigments from like makeup, because I used to be a makeup artist, so I have like a shit ton of makeup pigments, and I don't really like care about makeup like that really anymore. I kind of just like to do it on myself to like match my outfits. So I can't like use all this. I have like all of these makeup pigments that I just like had forever, and I don't want to put them on my face anymore anyways because I don't know, it's just like gross. They're super old. So I use them for paint. Like I can use them as watercolors, or I could just once again use this medium that I have for the other powders and make paint out of it, which is super cool. So if you have like old eyeshadows that are like expired, you could just use them for your arts and crafts. All you need is like an acrylic base, or you could just use them as watercolors. And then I'm gonna show you my gouaches in the bedroom because that's where I keep them. I just use like the Himi gouache palette. It's okay. It was really good at the beginning because it was like all fresh and gooey, and now it's kind of all dried up, but it still works good. I just don't think I would buy it again. Little tube gouaches that I would like to use after I finish the palette. I don't even think I ever used these. I think someone gave these to me, but they seem pretty legit and like a lot better because they're Japanese and you know they got the best art supplies. But it's from Acryla. So yeah, and then that's pretty much like all the paints that I use. Let's show you guys the brushes that I love. So my favorite brushes are from Marco Grassi. I got these. He's an Italian painter, and they're just like super fine detail brushes. So they're super, 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 super tiny. And those are my favorite. I use those the most because they do a lot of like really fine details on all of my art. So that's like, yeah, that's pretty much all the brushes that I use. No, I'm kidding. I use like other brushes too, obviously, but those are like my favorites. Like I will paint a whole entire painting with those tiny little brushes just because, yeah, they get such good detail. But anyways, this is my 2 brush cups of brushes. These are also really nice brushes. I don't use them as much just because of like how long they are. So for me, I don't really like a long brush. Also, you can only use them with certain paint because they're a certain material, I forget, but I think they're like a real material. They're not like synthetic, so they can get like fucked up if you use acrylic. But they're treacle brushes, which are like really high quality, nice brushes. But they're better for gouache and watercolor. So I don't use them like too much because I mostly paint in acrylic. But these were like one of the first like brush sets that I got. And I was like, ooh, I got nice brushes. So that was a long time ago. So I had these forever. And then we just have like shitty little brushes here. Like a lot of these brushes were makeup brushes, and a lot of them were just given to me, or just like shitty makeup, not makeup, shitty brushes from like Michael's. Yeah, and it's really not about the brush. It's about like the way you use it. So you can use like the crappiest brush and like create something beautiful. But sometimes it is about the brush, because I would have not been able to create some of the paintings without those Marco Grossi brushes, just because of how thin and like nice they are. They really helped like get like those really, really tight details in. But yeah, also like another favorite brush of mine is like these little guys that you get in the child like paint kits. I don't know why, but these are so good. They're just like the perfect size. And yeah, that's pretty much all the brushes. They're just random. They're nothing like really special. So I don't want to spend too much time on that. And then for palette wise, I used to just use the like back of a Prismacolor colored pencil tin. And then my mom got me this like wet palette. So I obviously retired the pencil case tin because it was kind of like warping and everything. So now I have this like wet palette. But sometimes I don't use like the wet palette part, and I just like use the actual just palette and then just spray it and close it, just because, I don't know, it's kind of easier. And yeah, but it comes with like a little foam board, and then all of like the little palettes are in here. So it is pretty cool. I like it. It does keep the paint wet for like weeks. Like I remember I used like one of the wet palette parts and went away, and I came back like to the palette like a month later and the paint was still wet. So I highly recommend them. They are really fucking good. Okay, so yeah, that's it. So now let's go into my room and I'll show you like my other art supplies that are not acrylic paint. Okay, so here we are. So I guess we can start with like paint pens. I don't really like paint markers like at all. I've been trying to use them up, but I have like a bunch of Posca paint markers. I just like, I don't know, they're just not for me. I like try to use them and they just make everything look streaky and like they don't blend properly. And like for my type of art, it just doesn't make sense. Like I don't do like that type of like color blocking style of art, so it's just like not for me. But I do also have the Chirpy Draws paint pens, and I have like a couple like crank. But yeah, I kind of just use these just for like goofing around, like junk journaling type of stuff. Like when I do like art journal type of stuff, I'll like use them to just like draw random stuff, or I'll just like use them just to try to like get rid of them and like just keep trying to like use them up. I also like to use them if I'm like stenciling something out and then painting over it, because it's paint, so like obviously you could just paint right over it. And then I have like a bunch of fabric markers that are also in this little thing that actually someone gave to me, so I used them for like one project and they're pretty good. I'll probably just use them and not buy them because yeah, someone gave them to me and I'll just try to use them up because I didn't want them to go to waste. And this is where I keep like most of my pens, like my art pens. So I have like a lot of these little micron guys, which I do like. I like the micron ones. I think I do like the Staedtler ones better though. I think they like last longer, but the micron ones have like really tiny points. I think they get smaller than the Staedtler ones. I also have some Prismacolor ones, which are pretty nice. And then, yeah, just like random fun colored pens and Sharpies and all that stuff. And then we have in here my watercolors. I love this watercolor palette. It's so pretty. I got this on Amazon in the pandemic. It's Koi, I think. Yes, Sakura. And it's just like a little palette. This I take on airplanes and like when I'm traveling, just because it's like very compact. And it comes with its own little brush that like you put water in it, so you don't need like a water cup. But that's just in my like travel case. So yeah. And then I have like this random ass watercolor palette. I don't even know where this came from. I think I got it like at Blick one time. And I have the typical Crayola one. Like, duh. And I have like extra refills. Yep, I'm not like a watercolor enthusiast, so I kind of just use like very basic things. And then I have a bunch of Crayons. I actually really like this brand. Wait, this is not the brand that I'm talking about, but this is just what I have. I think I found this in my parents' basement one time, and I just started to use it. I don't know, very fun. I feel like my art supplies is very random when it comes to like other stuff. It's just like whatever I found or like someone gave to me, pretty much, you know. I feel like once people know you do art, kind of just like give you random stuff, which is great. And then yeah, I just have my Himi gouache palette in here, which is this guy. You guys know this guy. I feel like I don't have to do any further inspection on that. And then for colored pencils, I literally just use Prismacolor pencils. They're the best. I have some Faber-Castell ones too, but I like the Prismacolor ones. But also Faber-Castell is pretty good too. I feel like they have like a softer lead. And yeah, this is where I keep all of my colored pencils. So I used to be like really into colored pencil drawings, and that's like what I mainly used to do. And I got into painting because I wanted to make bigger pieces, but I wanted my paintings to look like my colored pencil drawings, like super detailed. And then finally at that point, which was like my goal for a really long time. And yeah, that's the story. And yeah, that's pretty much all the art supplies that I use, I guess. I don't know if you guys wanted me to like show you like papers and whatnot, but that's pretty fucking random. So, I mean, I can show you guys my pens and pencils. This is just like my pencil case. Also very random, just like random ass like pencils. I do like using just typical like lead pencils like this, just like push pencils. Those are my favorite to use. I really like this pencil though, like this one. And then I just have like all these random like art pencils that I needed for like specific classes that are just here that I just want to use up and probably won't ever rebuy, because if I'm using a pencil, like I'm gonna want to just use this guy, or just like there's one B that I know that I like and I don't remember which one it is. I have to pick it up and use it again. But yeah, I don't really use like that much pencils anymore. I used to like do a lot of like just pencil sketching, but yeah, not so much anymore. I'm really a big color girl. I feel like I'm doing pencil sketching when I'm like super lazy or just like somewhere where I don't have all my art supplies. And then this is where I keep all of my gel pens, and they're all Jelly Roll Sakura gel pens, which are the best. You already know they are the best, always. And then I have like some random ones. These are like kid gel pens, but they're sparkly and they're fruit scented, and they actually work really nice. And I like to use those for more like journaling, like art journal type of stuff. And then this is just erasers, yay. Okay, now I'm just like showing you just stuff that doesn't need to be shown. But yeah, that's pretty much all the art supplies. As far as sketchbooks go, I have like these sketchbooks from like years and years ago. I like never finished a sketchbook. So yeah, I just have like a bunch, and I just like go into the one that I'm feeling. So like this used to be my travel sketchbook because of like its size, and the paper is like a pretty nice weight where it can hold like a lot of different types of mediums. So I'll use it for traveling. There's only like a few pages left in it, so I don't use it for traveling that much anymore because I did take a flower and press it in here, and apparently you can't like fly with plants. So I don't know, I just didn't want it to get taken away. So now I use a different book, sketchbook, that I got like at a festival. Someone was just like handing them out. So that's the one that I use. It's in the other room. And then like this one is made of elephant poop, like the paper. So I got this like a really long time ago because like I liked how the paper was made out of elephant poop. I was like, wow, so sustainable. But you can't really like paint in it because the paper literally like disintegrates. But I can do like some sort of paintings. Like see, like I did a lot of gouache and like watercolor in here, and like it's mostly like pen work type of stuff. I don't know, there's a lot of paint in here. I don't know what I'm saying. I guess I'm lying. I just like let it deteriorate as I was going. I don't know. But yeah, then I just have like the typical like moleskin little guy, which I really only use for like pens, markers, and like colored pencils. But this is just like for quick little sketches. Like each sketchbook has like very specific things that go into it. I don't really know how to explain, but in my head it makes sense. Yeah, there's no way I'm gonna be able to explain, I'm sorry. But yeah, that is all of my art supplies pretty much. I'm trying to think if there's anything else, but I don't think there is. I guess I don't really use like that much art supplies. I'm pretty much like, I know what I like when it comes to art supplies, and I kind of just like keep it at that. I don't really like to overconsume art supplies. Just because you kind of have to use it, and I don't know, I'm just like not one of those people who I'm like, oh, let me try this brand of that, let me try this of that. Like the only time I did that was when it was the pandemic, and I was like, let me try these watercolors and this Himi gouache palette, and like that was pretty much the extent of it. I'm pretty much just like, someone's gonna give me a bunch of art supplies, then I will take it and use it up. But I'm not gonna go out of my way to buy like new stuff unless like I know I need it, like the gel pens or the colored pencils or like the golden paints, you know what I mean? I'm pretty much like, let me buy what I need, and that's it. But yeah, I hope this video like helped you figure out like what type of art supplies you might want to get. I don't know. I hope you got some like nice recommendations from this. I would definitely recommend golden paint and Prismacolor color pencils. I feel like it's pretty basic, but they are the best and they work really good. And golden is expensive, but if you go to Blick on like their sale, which is like pretty much the whole season of like now till the end of fall, you can get like the goldens for like a good price. You pretty much just need like, I mean, if you wanted to get like a whole entire set of golden paints, like $100 will get you like the whole entire like set, but you really like only need to buy paint once a year, I feel like. I mean, I paint a lot and I only have to buy the paints like once a year. So yeah, they last. They really do last. Unless you're painting like big ass murals, then like maybe that's a different story. But anyways, I will see you guys next time. This is getting out of hand and I'm just rambling. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I will see you next week.